vaccines it's going to be an ongoing topic. Okay, and so what I want to do is I want to give people information. I want to arm people with information that you guys can have when somebody is promoting the vaccine. You go to the doctor, they're trying to get you to get your kids a vaccine, you to take a vaccine, all that shit. Okay, or shit, if you know somebody just you want to have a vaccine talk. So unlike YouTube, we can just kind of talk here. It ain't as fucking restrictive, right? So um, we're gonna run through these 40 questions right quick. Okay, some of the stuff I looked up on Monday. I should still have the windows up, so um, it shouldn't take us too long. And if y'all there, y'all can look them up with us as we go. Y'all know this one of them cooks that I like to do cooks like this.
We'll do it live. Okay. We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live.
All right. So that's how we're gonna do this one, okay? So here, let's start. Let's see if y'all remember. So a bunch of y'all was here on Monday, okay? Let's see here. Who's here? Who wasn't here on Monday? For the first question, let me see. Who's on stage? Let's see.
Nigga, pick anybody, bro. What the
I
fuck?
know, right? I'm trying to see
What's the
who here.
question? Not answering the
Debbie?
damn
Oh, here you go.
question.
All right, Chop, you can answer it. All right, Chop, I want you to name 5 vaccine ingredients.
Aborted fetuses.
Okay,
The actual virus that they're trying to make a vaccine for.
okay.
Formaldehyde.
All right.
Um, and I wouldn't know what else to say, but I'm
All
pretty
right.
sure definitely those 3 or 4 are in there. However many
Yeah,
I just named.
yeah, you could have went. Anybody else want to throw some up in there?
I'm gonna.
Anybody else want to throw
Hey, I counted on my fingers mRNA, and then I seen that was 4, so then I put my hand back down.
mRNA is one
I
thing.
know.
Shit, you could have said some shit like mercury, thimerosal,
Why
Aluminum.
you
Yeah,
Why you trying to
mercury.
ignore my
aluminum.
answer?
Right, bro. Let
Oh,
Jamila
oh,
run
what'd
this
you say,
down.
Jamila? I'm sorry. What'd
Three
you
out of
say?
five. 3 out of
I'm
five,
gonna
though.
go with
It's-
vitamins.
that's why I fucking. That's why I ignored your answer because it was wrong then.
It's
It's
on
wrong
the
now.
Tell
list.
them what vitamins, Jamila.
It just said
Bruh, Jesus
vitamins.
Tell them which one.
Christ. What vaccine? What vaccine? What vitamin?
I sent you the list. You can check it. And Paige Cosign, you know that.
Man,
It
Paige be
said
co-signing all your
vitamins.
bullshit.
It
Got
did. You
vitamins.
Okay,
need
that's
to
not
look at
true.
the
It was
list.
vitamins on there.
No goddamn vitamins on there. Find me a
It
page. Find me a vitamin that's in the vaccine,
it just
please. Thank
said
you.
vitamins, bruh. Like artificial
Make a
coloring.
vitamin.
It don't tell you what artificial coloring is in here. It just say artificial fucking
Jesus Christ.
coloring. It just said vitamins, my nigga. That's it.
All right. Y'all heard it. Jamila's trying to get vitamins on the list. So, yo, anybody that's promoting vaccines, yo, just ask them, yo, name 5 ingredients in a fucking vaccine. All right. Number 2, what is MRC5? Okay, what is MRC5? So I'll tell you, MRC5 is a diploid cell line D in the production of vaccines, including hepatitis A, polio, and MCR5, and is made up of fibroblasts isolated from the lung tissue derived from a white male 14-week-old embryo from 1966.
That's very specific.
It
Oh,
is.
they got the green monkey kidney cells in there too, I think. Was that the green monkey? One of them things, yeah. Something from the green monkey.
All right. So it's a fibroblast isolated from the lung tissue of a white male 14-week-old embryo from 1966. That's in vaccines. So they got lung tissue from embryos. All right, that's MRC5. Okay, and it's in like the hepatitis A, polio, and MCR vaccines. Okay. Question number 3. What is WI38? All right, what is WI38? Let me see if I should still have this one up too.
Yo,
W.
are these 40 questions to ask a doctor or 40 questions to ask a regular person?
So anybody that's promoting the vaccine to
Oh,
you, any,
okay.
yeah, anybody that's saying, oh yeah, you should get this vaccine, or vaccines are great, or hey, it's
Because I
vaccine
was
time. I'm
about to
trying to
say,
get you to.
bro, the average person ain't gonna fucking know what a WI, whatever the fuck you just said is.
No, you're right, but that's the thing. How you promoting some shit and you don't know what the fuck is up in it. You know what I
I was
mean?
about to say the average person don't even know that they got fetal cells in that shit, especially
Hmm.
terminated fetal cells.
Yeah, buddy. So yeah, that's the whole point. Like if you gonna recommend some shit, know what the fuck you recommending. All right. Let's see. What I say? WI38. Boom. Let's see. Where is it at? I just closed down the window. Uh, WI38. Oh, here it goes. So WI38 is. Oh, hold on. What's the synopsis? This one I had already. Um, so it's similar to. Oh, here it goes. All right. So let's say the MCR5 was lung tissue from a white male, 14-week-old embryo. WI38 is a diploid human cell line composed of fibroblasts derived from the lung tissue of a 3-month-old female fetus. Right, the fetus came from an abortion of a Swedish woman in 1963. So, what's that? MRC5 is lung tissue from a 14-week-old white male fetus, and WY38 is fibroblasts derived from lung tissue from a 3-month-old female fetus from an abortion. So this is also in vaccines. Okay. Anybody got any questions about that? No, we're good. Okay. Let's go back to question number 4. All right. What is vaccine court? What is vaccine court? Okay. Anybody want to take a stab at that? Anybody on stage want to take a stab at telling me what vaccine court is?
Rohan's room.
That ain't vaccine
Well,
court.
pretty
That's
much
it.
you can't sue the manufacturer.
Um. Yeah. So pretty much, that's kind of the gist of it. But it's not that you can't. Well, it's not that you can't. Well, yes, what you said to where you can't sue them, but it's a program that they set up because you can't sue them. So you have to go. It's a federal program that you go to, and they determine if you're really vaccine injured, and then what the compensation is going to be.
How
Um,
many people have successfully gone through that program to that court and won?
right. So here, real quick, it's a no fault compensation program. I think that's really important to understand. Meaning that they never admit fault for the vaccine causing harm. It's just like, hey, ain't nobody really at fault. It's not the vaccine that did it, right? But something happened to you, so we're just gonna give you some money. Okay, it's a no fault program. All right. And so what you say, Chop? They actually get to that, right? So number 4 is what is vaccine court. Number 5 is what is the National Vaccine Injury Compensation Program? Okay. What is the National Vaccine Injury Compensation Program? And so it's kind of what we just talked about, right? Yeah. Somebody want to read that? So I'll pull it up if y'all want. Let's see. Well, National Vaccine Injury Compensation Program. Injury Compensation Program. Okay. So that is, hold on. Let's see. The National Vaccine Injury Program. Um, let's see. Created a national vaccine. Let's see. It's called the VICP, right? That's what we're talking about. So, um, the injury program is what we just talked about, and the vaccine court kind of makes decisions at the fucking like in the injury program. Okay, so the VICP was established after lawsuits against vaccine manufacturers and healthcare providers threatened to cause vaccine shortages and reduce vaccination rates. The program began accepting petitions, also called claims, in 1988. Okay. The vaccine, let's see, what are the VICP's objectives? To ensure an adequate supply of vaccines, stabilize vaccine costs, and establish and maintain accessible and efficient form for individuals found to be injured by vaccines. Okay, so that's the program. All right, number 6. What is the 1986 National Childhood Vaccine Injury Act? So that's the act that established the vaccine injury compensation program. Okay, so all of this is because of the 1986 Vaccine Childhood Injury Act. So motherfuckers was getting so fucked up by vaccines and suing the doctors and the manufacturers and the companies that they was like, all right, hold on, man. So they sued them so much that they threatened to stop making vaccines because they was fucking people up. And so the government had to step in and say, okay, check it out. We're not going to let them sue you anymore, right? We'll take care of this. So pharmaceutical companies are no longer sued for vaccine injuries. Okay. Um, let's see. So number 7, how has the CDC schedule changed since 1986? So from 1986 to 2023, how has it changed? Anybody? From 86 to 2023, how has the schedule changed? The number of vaccines that are on the
It
schedule.
went from seven to uh like triple digits or some shit like that, right?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, it's like at triple digits now.
Yeah, buddy. So it's increased multifold. Multi fucking fold. Now this is what Chop asks right here. How much money has been paid out by Vaccine Injury Court? How much money has been paid out by Vaccine Injury Court? Anybody got a guess?
All right, should I guess high or low? So I give you a number.
Mm, you know what? I want you to guess high.
Um, we talking millions or more than that?
More than that, my boy.
All right, so I'm gonna say 80 billion.
Uh, nah, not that high. Not that high. Not that high. But you definitely got the B part right.
Uh, 20.
And nah, it's only about 5 billion.
Only.
Yeah, only that's crazy.
Yeah, it's only about $5 billion.
It's supposed to be
Right?
$5 billion. You fucked up.
five billion
Yeah, you
dollars.
fucked it up
And so
already, bro. You
yeah, that's
uncultured swine.
I know. That's to about 10,000 people, right? So since 1988, the vaccine court has awarded compensation to 10,000 people, totaling more than $5.2 billion. Billion dollars. Okay, and remember, so one of the things to remember is this: just because you're vaccine injured doesn't mean you're getting money. So this is not saying that they only injured 10,000 people. So in order to get money, a set of conditions have to be met. So meaning that the injury has to manifest itself within a certain time period. So if a vaccine, and each vaccine has a different time period. So some vaccines time period is like 24 hours. And so if it don't happen within 24 hours, if it happens on fucking hour 36, you're still injured, but you don't qualify for compensation. So just because they only paid out 10,000 people doesn't mean that that's how many people are injured. Okay. And then you have to prove that the thing that you're the reaction that you had came from the fucking vaccine. Okay. So it's not as easy as, well, shit, I took this vaccine, god damn it, a couple weeks later I got sick. I wasn't sick before the vaccine, but I'm sick now, right? And I ain't got used to my arm or my leg no more. You can't just say that shit. Like, you got to prove that it was from the vaccine. So they make it it's a really high fucking bar to clear when you start talking about getting money from these people. All right. Um let's see where we at. How many doses of how many vaccines are in the CDC schedule between birth and age 16? How many doses of how many vaccines are in the CDC schedule between birth and age 16? And at the time of this, at the time this was created, it was 70 doses. So you would get 70 doses of vaccine between birth and 16. All right. 70. Okay.
I think the total now is like 96. Oh,
Yep. Yep. Yeah,
And that's
but that's what.
absolutely absurd.
Oh, it's beyond absurd, man. It's
And
fucking
people,
beyond absurd.
and people willingly participate.
Mm-hmm. Okay, Rhonda. This is question number 10. Do vaccines contain aborted fetal tissue? If so, which vaccines? How many aborted babies were needed before they found one with the virus necessary to create the vaccine?
Say the
Part
question again.
All right. So part one of the question is: do vaccines contain aborted fetal tissue?
Yes, they do.
Okay. If they do you know which vaccines contain aborted fetal tissue?
I would say I don't even know the names of the vaccines, um, but the majority of what they're given, I don't know the names of the vaccines.
all
Rotella,
of them.
MMS. Yeah, I would go with everyone, but I don't know the names of them.
All right. Let's see. Let's see what we got. Vaccine ingredients, fetal cells. Let's see. Okay. So, um, vaccines are varicella, which is chickenpox, rubella, which is the R in MMR, hepatitis A, rabies, COVID-19 are all made by growing viruses in fetal cells.
There you go.
All of these, except for COVID-19 vaccine, are made using fibroblast cells.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. And what was the third part of the question? Um,
Something about how many. Fetal cells that they
Yeah,
just
how
eat.
many aborted fetus? How many aborted babies were needed before they found one with the virus necessary to create the vaccine? I don't know, but I'm guessing thousands.
Mm-hmm.
I am
Shit, I
guessing.
wonder who is the motherfucker that say, "Yo, hold up, let me sprinkle a little bit of this in there." Like, nigga, where does that even come
And
from?
if they're fetus cells, that means they are aborted. So are they trying to say that the disease was trans? What's the word? Was transmuted? Not transmuted. What's the word?
What transmitted?
Transmitted by way of the mother or the father? Like by way of it would have to be by way of the mother. I mean, because that's
Yeah,
what they have
yeah,
to be
that
saying.
has to be. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Which is yeah.
Yeah.
So chicken pox came. They're looking for the cells when the mother transmitted chicken pox to the
Mm-hmm.
fetus. That's crazy.
Hey, yo, speaking of doing wild shit with goddamn with baby aborted fetuses, hey, Wasi and Jamila, y'all can hold this one.
Doing a study where they were taking the scalps of 5-month-old aborted babies and they were grafting them onto lab rats and lab mice to see how much longer they could keep them growing for. And you can actually see the photographs in the published study of little baby scalps grafted onto the backs of lab rats growing little baby hairs. Those would have been the little hairs growing on the heads of little infants in Pittsburgh if they hadn't been killed by abortion and then stitched onto lab rats for experimentation. This study was funded by a grant, by multiple grants from the NIAID office, which is run by Dr. Anthony Fauci. And when I was undercover, Planned Parenthood abortion providers told me that they were the ones who were supplying the aborted baby body parts for experiments at the University of Pittsburgh.
This is one of those stories we almost hesitated to do because it is so grotesque, but it seemed like in the public interest to tell the truth about what's.
Bruh.
God dang.
Damn is right.
Every time they said some shit, first it was Pittsburgh. Dang. Then it was Fauci. Dang. Then it was University of Pitt. Damn. Oh, all right.
Yeah, cuz.
You're saying,
All right.
can you hear me?
Yeah, go ahead.
So, I personally know someone who works very, very close to the labs with University of Pittsburgh, and they be doing some wild shit in the laboratories. There's always some type of like situation or like just level to that. And I remember when I came out and it was like a really big thing. Um, they're always doing like, pardon me, abortion, like clinic, like rallies and stuff, where they had like the pictures. It's always so wild around here. But yeah, I remember when that came out and it was not fun.
For real. Yeah, man. I don't know what the fuck y'all got going on, homie. All right. Number
That's
11.
probably why Ari said it's time to move.
Maybe. All right. Number 11. Wasi. Do any vaccines contain dog, monkey, pig, and human DNA?
I'm just gonna go with yeah. Fuck yeah.
Dog, monkey, pig, and human DNA. Let's see. Which vaccine y'all think that is? Let's see. Which vaccine contains dog, monkey,
Max special.
huh?
I'm gonna go with the DMX special.
Hey, yo.
Wow.
The snake, the rat, the cat, the dog. How you gonna see him if you
Uh,
living in a fog? Hey!
hold on. Let's see. Trying to see which one this would be. Which one contains all of these? This ingredient, for example, very sensitive tests have shown DNA from pigs can be detected.
D-Tap.
The D-tap? Damn. All right, there you go. There
It
you go. Somebody say something. All right. Dog, monkey. Hold on. Which ones was it? Yeah, they go. Dog, monkey, pig, and human DNA. Okay. So number 12. What is an adjuvant? What is an adjuvant? Anybody know what an adjuvant is? No? All right. So an adjuvant is something that stimulates the body um, to react to an ingredient in the vaccine. Okay. So an adjuvant is something that stimulates the body to react to um, an ingredient. So the definition is a substance that enhances the body's immune response to an antigen. Okay. So let me see some adjuvants. Let me give you some examples of adjuvants. Let me find you some adjuvants. Examples. What are some? Oh, here we go. All right, some adjuvants are emulsions, microparticles, lipsums. What
Did you
else?
say emotions?
Emulsions. Emulsions. All right. Yeah. Okay, so it's the thing. So aluminum hydroxide and aluminum phosphates are adjuvants in vaccines. So when we talked about aluminum being in vaccines, they're used as adjuvants. They're used as substances that enhance the body's reaction, that enhance the body's immune system's response. Okay. All right. And so that's an adjuvant. And so then the question is, what is a antigen? Okay. What is an antigen? All right. So antigen is a toxin or other foreign substance which induces an immune response in the body. So it would be when they put, oh, we put the weakened virus in the vaccine. All right. Oh, so it's mRNA in the vaccine. Those are antigens. Okay. Anything that causes the body to produce antibodies, that's an antigen. All right. So I know you know what? I feel like I'm going through them quick because we went through these on, these are the ones we went through on Monday. You know what I mean? So we're going over 40 questions that you should ask anybody that's trying to convince you to get a vaccine or convince you to get your kids a vaccine. Jamila, you were saying something? No?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
And funny when you said the adjuvant, I was like, ain't that like one of them calendars?
What's that? That's Advent.
An advent, yeah, an advent
Jesus
calendar.
Christ.
I was just being funny.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the
All
version for the vaccine, the calendar for the vaccine, the side effects, the adjuvant.
right. Hey, yo. Hey, fucking yo. All right. So we're on 14, kind of blazing through. So I think on YouTube we only got up to 20 for the hour, so we kind of blazing through. Let's see. Which arm of the immune system do vaccines stimulate? Which arm of the immune system do vaccines stimulate?
None of them.
I know, right? In real life. Let's see. So
It would be like
the answer,
the defense aspect of it, I guess. I don't know.
yeah. So it says the memory B and T cells. All right, that's supposedly which ones it is. So it says vaccinations as well as natural infection help produce memory B and T cells. So that's supposed to be what's stimulated by the vaccine, allegedly.
Isn't T cells what the AIDS virus attacks?
Yeah, so it's because T
Allegedly.
cells are your yeah, a part of your immune system. All right. Let's see. Which arms of the immune systems do natural diseases stimulate? Hmm. So it's the same question except for natural diseases, huh? Okay.
White blood cells.
You know what? You might be right. Okay, so let's see. There are two arms of an immune system, right? The innate general immune system and the adaptive specialized immune system. Okay, so what's okay? So the immune system, yeah. So question is, when we asked about vaccines and arms, it didn't say anything about the innate immune system or the adaptive specialized immune system. Maybe it don't fucking stimulate none of that shit. Maybe it don't fucking stimulate none of that shit. And let's see, maybe the natural disease stimulates the both of them, because surely when I put this question in, it literally just gave me both arms. It didn't delineate which one was stimulated by a different one. Unless somebody else got something different in the chat. Let me see. Anybody else look it up? Let's see. So what are the two arms? Which arm of the immune system do natural diseases stimulate? So, while the innate arm includes basic barriers of protection such as skin, saliva, and tears, and some T cells for which hunt foreign objects indiscriminately, the adaptive arm of the immune system is focused on mounting a strong defense directed at highly specific target sites on foreign objects. So the natural one is stimulated by what stimulates both arms. Okay, it stimulates both arms. The vaccine, I don't think stimulates either one of them, because when I read what the two arms are, it's stuff that happens when you naturally come in contact with something. It's just your immune system, right? It's the whole system. Okay. All right, guys. So we're on number 16. All right, Jamila, you remember what is transverse myelitis? Let's see if you remember this. Transverse.
Inflammation. Can you hear me?
Yeah, go ahead.
Inflammation of the spinal cord cavity.
A. Correct. All right, correct. And apparently, it can be a side effect of vaccines. All right, number 17. What is it's a long ass word. Encephalopathy. Encephalopathy. There you go. I got it. You remember that? Encephalopathy
Me?
is a huh?
Can you hear me?
Yep,
Infection of the brain.
it is. It is. And so it can be a temporary disturbance, or it could be permanent damage to your brain. Okay, and the question is, how is it caused? All right, how is it caused? Infection, toxins,
That are in
drugs. Hmm?
by those vitamins that are in the vaccine.
Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. You know what? That's entirely possible.
But they can tell us.
The vitamins you talking about is toxic as shit.
They don't even tell us what vitamins they are. They could be mixing vitamins that don't even go together. You know what I'm saying? That could be contraindicated towards each other. And it's really messing it up with all that other stuff too. Come on now.
Yeah, it could be the Flintstone vitamins up in that shit. All right. Here we go. What we number 18. What is the rate of autism? What is the rate of autism in 2017? What was the rate in 2000, and what was it in 1990? So if I remember correctly, in 1990 it was 2 in 10,000 or some shit. No, it was like 2 in 1,000. No, it's 2 in 10,000, I think. In 2000, I think it was two. It was like 2 to 7 in 1,000. In 2017, what was it in 2017? You remember? 2017, it was like 1 in, was it 1 in 400 or some shit? Yo, somebody put the race in the chat. 1 in 40. That's right. Thanks, Lise. 1 in 40. It's 1 in 40 now. Right? Goes from 2 in 10,000 to 1 in 40. That's the rate of vaccine. That's the rate of autism now. 1 in fucking 40. All right. And I'm sure it's higher in black boys too, considering the fact that the MMR vaccine affects black boys the most. All right. Jamila? What is glyphosate?
Glyphosate is um it is a pest killer. It's like a weed controller. They use it. It's like a herb or like some type of herb that they use in like weed killer that blocks or inhibits like the growth of certain things.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it binds minerals. So pretty much it's a weed killer. And what it does is you spray it, the plant takes it in, and it makes it to where the plant can't get nutrients. It stops the plant from getting nutrients. So the plant starves. Okay? And so what they'll tell you is that glyphosate is safe for humans to consume because humans don't have the Chikamate pathway, which is how glyphosate is absorbed. But what they neglect to mention or understand is that the bacteria inside of humans have a Chikamate pathway, and they take up the glyphosate, and your body uses the bacteria, and it gets into humans. Okay, and so glyphosate is a killer.
Remember all them foods that I was finding out that had glyphosate in it?
Mm-hmm.
That was so sad.
Yeah, buddy. So, um, yeah, glyphosate. So glyphosate is probably one of the biggest problems in the food supply today. It was one of the biggest problems in the food supply today because it's in everything. So it's in vaccines. So, I forget the name of their organization, but a lady named, I think, is Zen Honeycutt. They snuck and had a bunch of different vaccines tested, and every vaccine they tested came back positive for glyphosate. Every single fucking one of them. And so we had Carrie on, we had Dr. Seneff on, and pretty much Dr. Seneff did a great job of breaking down how glyphosate and vaccines can manifest into autism, which is why you see the rise in autism correlate with the rise in the use of glyphosate. But I don't want to get too deep into glyphosate. We're talking about questions you should ask um, to anybody who's pro-vax. That's what we're going through right now. So it's 40 questions. We're on 40 questions, and we're on 20. Oh, 20. We're on 20. We're halfway done, guys. Halfway done. Okay. If your child is injured, who will take physical, emotional, and financial responsibility? Nigga, you. That's it. So if you give your kid a vaccine and something happened, you. You. All right. 21. Now we're in a new territory. We didn't get to these on Monday, so we're going to do it. What is the Supreme Court statement on vaccines in 2011? What was the Supreme Court statement on vaccines in 2011? Okay, here we go. Let me see. On the Cliff Notes. I want to read the whole thing. So the 5-3 court rejected three provisions for. Wait, hold on. Let me see. I gotta get the longer version. I gotta see it. Supreme Court statement. Oh, hold on. Statement on vaccines. There we go.
Vaccine manufacturers are not liable for vaccine-induced injuries or death
Bruh.
if they're accompanied by proper directions or warnings. Oh shit. So basically, wow, if they've gotten the warning or directions, then they're not liable. If they put the information on the this may cause such and such or whatever. Is that what they're saying?
Mm-hmm. So the insert.
Mm. Is that why, like, over across seas, how they have like all of those warnings on their candy over there now?
Yep.
Like you see, you okay? So they can't sue them.
So yeah, so they pretty much shielded vaccine makers from being held responsible for anything that happens. Okay. So that happened in 2011. Uh-huh. Can you provide a study showing vaccinated versus unvaccinated health outcomes? So there's only been one that I know of. It was done by who did that? It was done by a group of people, and the problem is it wasn't quote unquote peer reviewed. But so most doctors will not provide a study. The government has not done it. Like the only people who've done it have been kind of these groups who are trying to expose kind of what vaccines do in health. So the government hasn't done one. So most doctors will not have one. Huh?
I thought they were doing those studies with the COVID vaccine where they had groups of people who were taking the COVID vaccine and some that weren't, and then of course they had their placebo effect and they were following the traits of the people and seeing like who would get affected by COVID, who would be safe by COVID, like what was the rate of them actually falling with having COVID and what was their symptoms through COVID.
They did a study on that.
I thought that they did. When they first started breaking out, they were doing like the tests. Remember they were doing tests for the vaccines.
So they never did a vaccinated versus unvaccinated study.
Look, okay, so hold up.
Mm-hmm.
Health analysis of health outcomes in vaccinated and unvaccinated. So there was a small sample group. So this looks like with children, but this one was a pilot comparative study on the health of vaccinated and unvaccinated. Maybe they
Oh,
weren't.
sweet. Huh? These are kids? No?
So the first one was kids, it looks like. This is the National Institutes of Health.gov.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see. I'm gonna pull this up.
Cool.
So outcomes in vaccinated children and unvaccinated children, developmental delays, asthma, ear infections, and gastrointestinal disorders. The study was to compare the health of vaccinated versus unvaccinated pediatric populations. Using the data, 3 medical practices. This was for children born between November 2005 and June 2015, where vaccinated children were compared to unvaccinated children
Sweet.
during the first year of life for later incidents of developmental delays, asthma, ear infections, and gastrointestinal disorders. All diagnoses utilized international classifications of diseases 9 and international classifications of diseases 10 code through medical chart review. So let me see. Subjects were a minimum of 3 years of age. Okay, year of birth and gender compared. Results. Pardon me. Vaccination before 1 year of age was associated with increased odds of developmental delays. So there's like a whole list.
Right.
I don't
So
know what
hold
all this
on. Wait.
means.
So they didn't vaccinate the first year, and then they started vaccinating after the first year?
Vaccinations before the first year. So,
Right. So I thought we were supposed to be doing vaccinated versus unvaccinated, period.
well, this started with, let me see.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Higher odds were observed in quarter 3. Let me see. I'm gonna have to read this.
Okay. Yeah, but I thought the whole point was to see, kids raised without vaccines, look at their health versus kids raised who have vaccines. It would be easy to do because you still have the Amish. They don't get fucking vaccinated. It's easy to
Right,
look
but
at.
that's what it seemed like
Yeah.
it started with, but I think it was showing children in the United States are vaccinated. Yeah, individual vaccines. Let me see. Related to these vaccines. Yeah, I don't see where it talks about the unvaccinated.
Mm,
This looks
mm,
like they follow. Okay. Wait. One study published by Mawson et al. Was based on the convenience sample of homeschooled children, where a significant portion of the sample, which was 39%, was unvaccinated.
there we go.
So in this small sample, vaccinated children showed higher odds of being diagnosed with pneumonia, otitis media, allergies, and neurodevelopment disorders. In
Cool.
addition, preterm birth coupled with vaccination significantly increased the odds of neurodevelopment disorders diagnosis. This study was unique in the inclusion of entirely unvaccinated populations to provide a comparison to partially vaccinated and fully vaccinated children. However, the risk of bias is high when comparing vaccinated versus unvaccinated children. Also, health outcomes were based on parental survey, not confirmed by medical chart review, and may be subject to recall bias. And the small size of the sample, 666 patients, made it difficult to analyze for rare disorders.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Yeah. So even in the small setting, the vaccinated were sicker. That's pretty much what they're saying. Okay. Good shit. Um. So this is 23. Can you show me a safety study proving it is safe to inject multiple vaccines? So I think in this case we're talking about like the MMR, right? And there is no safety study showing that the MMR is safe.
I put that article in the
So
chat.
sweet. All right. So that's 23. 24. For 23, when they talk about a safety study, remember the CDC did a safety study on the MMR, which is a multiple vaccine, and that's the one where the documentary Vaxxed is based off of, where they came back and they showed that the MMR was causing autism in kids. It caused it, so it was causing autism in kids. It caused it more in boys, and the highest was black boys. And the highest of the highest was when it was given to black boys on time at the specific age when MMR is given. I think between 18 and 24 months or some shit. That was the most dangerous time to give it to them, and that's when you give it to them on the schedule. So that safety study done by the CDC was then buried and changed around. The outcomes were changed around, and the doctor, I think it was Dr. William Thompson, became a whistleblower and was like, "Yo, this shit is lying. They're lying." And that's what the movie Vaxxed is about. Or it's a documentary called Vaxxed. That is hard to find, but it's still out there. All right. So yeah, safety studies proving that vaccines are safe to ingest multiple vaccines. No, doesn't exist. What is shedding? Jamila, what the hell is shedding?
Yeah, I
What you
remember.
know?
Can you hear me?
I hear you now.
Okay. I remember when shedding was a thing where, okay, so basically when people were getting vaccinated and there were like the nanoparticles that would be like basically escaping or, leaving out of their skin, however that occurred. Like it was being discharged off of them. And there was people like we couldn't be around certain people because it was like literally like we were like, oh my goodness, we don't want any parts, we don't, they were like literally like infected. Nobody wanted to be around vaccinated people because they literally had to go through like a process, kind of like when you, I guess when you do, like if you do drugs and you go through like a withdrawal or whatever, like that would be like the shedding process for them from the vaccine. Did you hear me?
Yeah, we heard you. I think it might be him.
Oh shit, I was talking. You said it's a live virus vaccine.
Bruh.
I mean, it's a withdrawal. Is that what you said? It's
I said,
withdrawal.
yeah, like people who were going through like shedding, we thought that it was like, them essentially like going through a withdrawal phase and trying their body trying to like rid it of the nanoparticles, and it was just like spewing
Hmm.
outside of it of them, but they
Right,
they were like the most contagious to
right.
spread, to other people. So
Yeah. So
that's
pretty much
that's what
shedding
it
is
was.
when your body is uh, emanating the fucking vaccine through your pores and shit. It's literally trying to get it the fuck out because it's reading that shit as a toxin. Uh-huh. All right. So do
So
vaccine?
remember,
Hmm?
Linnell, remember when people got their vaccine and they had like there was like a time period. They wasn't even like the doctors would even tell them don't go outside or be around people within like I think like 72 hours or whatever after they got their vaccines, and people would literally be like, "Oh no, I'm still in like my quarantine phase. I can't, I just got my vaccine. I need to be in the, in the crib." Like, do you remember that?
Mm-hmm. Hell yeah. All right. So the question is, which vaccines? Let's see. Which vaccines can shed for up to 6 weeks? Which vaccines can shed for up to 6 weeks? Anybody? Mm-hmm. Which vaccines can shed?
Mm, how about I'm gonna go with Hep B vaccine, the
Let's
Hib vaccines, and what about popular MMR?
Okay, so you said the Yib, the Hep B, and which one?
MMR.
MMR. Okay. Let's see. The rotavirus, vaccine virus can be shed in feces for days after vaccination. Okay. Um, let's see. What's see, I think the R. Yeah, yeah. So you were right. The MMR is correct. Do I see any other ones? I think the COVID vaccine sheds as well. You can have shedding from the COVID vaccine. Um, tu- 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 uh, yeah, I think those. Hold on, let me see. Let me check this one right here. Just don't tell me which ones. Varivax. Yeah, so it's just the MMR. Yes, the ones you said. Varivax, rotavirus. Mm-hmm. The smallpox. They don't give that one out anymore. Okay. All right. So we know that vaccines do shed, guys. Vaccines do shed, and that you can be affected by vaccine shedding, um, depending on what they're shedding. What is the VICP? We talked about that. That is the Vaccine Injury Compensation Program. What is SV40? Who knows what SV40 is? We've talked about this multiple times before. Todd, I don't want to hear from you. I want somebody to tell me what SV40 is, because we've talked about this multiple times. SV40, anybody?
You know I'm really swole.
You say you what?
You know I'm really swole because we literally did just talk about this, and I
We talk
remember.
about it all the
Okay,
time.
so let me. Okay, because you did just tell me again. Okay, it was the veterans that they was giving this to. The World War II was them the people.
Not really, but kinda, yeah, a little bit. So here I get yes. So it was it became popular because of the polio vaccine.
Yeah. Okay. And yeah, and it was causing like harm. And like the Agent Orange or something.
Nope, not it's not Agent Orange.
Oh,
So
okay.
as a matter
That's
of
all
fact,
I got.
Agent Orange is glyphosate. Agent Orange is glyphosate. They just turned that shit into Roundup. You know what I'm saying? All right. Let's see. Paige, what's SV40?
I kept getting it mixed up with the sunscreen.
Oh my
Jesus Christ.
God.
What you say, Paige? You remember it?
Um, isn't it like a certain kind of like, was it the one with the snakes in it? The
What was
snake,
this?
the snake venom or animal venom? I don't know.
No, it's not. All right, let's see. Paige don't remember it. Anybody else remember what SV40 is besides me and Todd?
What was giving people cancer, bro?
Huh? Say it again.
It was giving people cancer, whatever it was.
Yes.
It was
Yes, yes,
something.
yes.
It had something to do with that.
Yes. Yes, yes, yes. You right there. All right. So, we've done no less than 5 cooks on this, talking about SV40. I want everybody to remember SV40. This is very fucking important. You have to remember this. Yes, Invisible Hand got it. The parasite that causes cancer.
Oh my God.
That's SV40. It was it was it was introduced into humans using the polio during the polio. So they grew polio cultures on simian monkey kidney cells.
See, I knew it was some kind of animal.
We did that. Got together. We was struggling, but we was there.
Were
You were.
you?
Yes. Yes.
So SV stands for simian
Good job,
virus.
Paige.
Thank you, Jamila. You
SV
too.
stands for simian virus. SV40 is the 40th thing that they identified when they took off when they grew the polio cultures on the monkey embryos. So once they took off the culture that they grew, they didn't only take off the culture, they took off a whole bunch of other shit that was also in the monkeys. And so this was the 40th thing that they identified. So, they got simian virus 1, simian virus 2. This is number 40. And they're calling it a virus, but what it really was a parasite that was attached to the goddamn cultures that they took off that came with the polio vaccine. And they put this shit in the fucking vaccine and injected it into millions of fucking people. And hence the cancer epidemic began because of the polio vaccine. Because of the fucking of SV40. SV40 is important because not only is it transmittable between husband and wife, but between mother and child. That's why people think cancer it runs in the family. It's genetic. No, it's just that the fucking parasites that you have, you pass down to your kids. And that's the parasite that causes cancer. That's why SV40 is so fucking important. It's called simian virus 40, but it's really simian parasite 40. All right.
I'm gonna call it the sneaky virus, or like the sibling virus, or like monkey cancer.
Monkey cancer. So the thing is, it don't cause cancer in monkeys because monkeys have the fucking immune system to fucking keep the parasites at bay. Only in humans, because it's not meant to be in humans, because they did some dumb shit injecting humans with all this fucking poison. It
Wasn't
got
that
in
movie
humans.
Outbreak? Wasn't that the plot? It
Yes.
was like the monkey had the cure or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah. So the monkey that caused the outbreak, they had to catch him and synthesize a cure from his fucking blood and shit. Yeah, and they were trying to use it as a weapon, and that shit is true. They use cancer as a weapon, like a motherfucker, right? Not telling people what caused that shit.
Oh, the SV40, the super villain 40.
Nah, y'all
Like,
just making up goddamn names for it.
because, sometimes you got to do
SV40.
stuff to remember, like she said.
Right, Jamila. That's what I'm thinking.
Mm,
L-
mm, mm.
Linnell,
Yes.
so
What's up?
how the masses getting cancer then? Are they passing it on through foods and stuff? Because obviously not everyone's getting the vaccine. Or
You,
so how they passing it through? How's the masses getting it?
how are mice getting it?
No, the masses.
So
How the
Oh,
masses getting it?
oh shit. So, bro, one, a lot of people have it passed down. They inoculated a generation of people with the fucking polio, right? They inoculated a whole generation with polio, like millions. They gave their ass this shit, right? Millions of fucking people.
So that narrative, when they say stress kills, and they say cancer is caused by stress, is that like a cover up then?
No. So understand, you could very well have parasites in you, and your body can fight them off. What gives them an entree to to wreak havoc is when you create an environment in your body to where they can go crazy. So an acidic environment is what they look for. Stress makes you release cortisol. Cortisol makes your body acidic. It lowers the pH. and that's what they like. Get what I'm saying? So it weakens
Right.
your
Yeah.
immune system. It makes your body acidic, and that's what they want. So fucking Otto Warburg said in the goddamn in the 1800s that cancer can't live in a fucking in an alkaline environment. So what they want is for your body to become acidic. And the shit that causes cancer, all the chemicals aren't causing the cancer. The chemicals are making your body acidic so that the parasites can fucking do their thing. The parasites are causing the cancer. It's just the chemicals that are fucking creating the environment.
Right. Yeah. Makes sense. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So yeah. So that's what the stress is. The stress is about the cortisol making your fucking body acidic. All right. All right, good shit. It was one. Okay. Did we talk about which are live? Oh, I forgot 26. I'm sorry. 26 is which vaccines are live virus vaccines. Okay. The live attenuated viral vaccines currently available and routinely recommended in the United States are the MMR, varicella, rotavirus, and the flu. Right? The flu vaccine is a live virus, quote unquote.
Those are the ones that are mainly able to shed, the live ones.
Hmm. Other routinely recommended live vaccines include adenovirus vaccine. That's what the military people get. Typhoid and Bacille Calmette Guerin, the BCG. So those are all the live virus vaccines. Okay. All right. So yeah, man, we pushing along, man. We said, y'all, hey, put a one in the chat if you with me, man. Let me see what's cracking. Let me see who up in this joint. Make sure y'all still up. I ain't boring y'all, man. Put a one in the chat, yo. Let me see who's still here. What's going on, Lisa? I see you. You know what I mean? I see you, Wasi. Low ski, what's cracking, cuz? I see you, Invisible Hand. All right, man. Check in with the fam. Paige, you better be up working.
Man.
All right. I see the UK fam checking in. Put a one in the chat, man. Let me make sure I ain't boring y'all. Yo, is this boring to y'all? Like, I'm just curious, man. Like, so I know for me, this is the kind of stuff I get off on, like learning shit and like digging into shit. So I want to make sure I ain't boring y'all. All right. All right. I see you, Lisa. I see you, Lisa. What's cracking? You know what? Here, let me see. I'll put the link to it right now. So somebody said, where can they find the questions? I'm gonna put a link to it in the chat. All right. The Netherlands. Who in the Netherlands? Somebody said, "Hey, yo, I see you, the Netherlands up in this joint." Hey, yo, what up, y'all? Hey, that's the link to the questions right there, cuz. All right. Um. So, yo, everybody, just type SV40 in the chat. Everybody, type SV40 in the chat, so y'all know what the hell causes cancer. Y'all ain't gotta wonder no more. So the next time I say, "Yo, what's SV40?" Ain't nobody like, "Man, you know what? I don't know. Is it Supervillain? Is that the one that Superman killed? Like, nigga, no. Put SV40 in the chat, man. Put that shit in there. We talk about it too much. It's too important. It's wreaking havoc all over the fucking world. Every time people talk about cancer, this is what they
That's
talk
why
about.
I'm saying. That's why it's a super villain.
Supervillain, yeah, Supervillain 40. All right. Good stuff, y'all. Good stuff. All
So we
right.
could take
Let's
it.
see. We're
We could take it a step
hmm?
further and say it's the super villain for the. You feel me? Mm.
Hey, yo. All right. Let's see. Hey, first of all, um I want some credit because Doing this whole list, like all the stuff I done read, I haven't went on, like I didn't deviate into the virus myth at all. I haven't said anything about the term virus. Like I've used it, I've used the word virus, and I've kept it pushing. Like I'm staying on message, even though I want y'all. You got to remember, there's no such thing as a virus. What they're talking about are fucking parasites. That's why the simian virus is a fucking parasite. It's not a fucking virus. It's just a parasite. All right. So I want credit for not kind of getting into that whole thing. All right. Hold on. Let me pat myself on the back. Oh yeah, it's great. All right. All right. So that was 28. What is SV40 is 28. Okay. So 30. Let me see. 29 is what is MTHFR? Let's see. MTHFR. All right, this is one of those words going to put my education to the test. Methylene tetrahydrofolate. Methylene tetrahydrofolate reductase. That's MTHFR. All right. It is a key regulatory enzyme in folate and homocysteine metabolism. Research performed during the past decade has clarified our understanding of MTFR deficiencies that cause homocystemia and homocysteinuria, or mild hyperhomocysteinemia. Okay.
Whatever the fuck that shit is.
All right. Symptoms of MTHFR gene mutation. What are the symptoms is? Autism, autoimmune disease, thyroid issues, cardiovascular disease, chronic fatigue, colon cancer, digestive issues, including IBS, hormonal issues, including polycystic ovarian syndrome. Sounds like shit caused by the fucking vaccine. Sounds like shit caused by the fucking vaccine. MTHFR. So pretty much, it's a gene mutation, and it causes a bunch of different shit, including autism, autoimmune, heart disease, and cancer. Interesting. Okay. All right. Number 30. Hey man, we're on number 30. So remember, guys, we're going over the list of anybody talking about you should get a vaccine, you should get this vaccine. Hey it's the time to get your child vaccinated, right? Your doctor, your friends, family. These are questions you ask. Okay? These are questions you ask. Like, hey you think I should get you're saying I should get vaccinated, or the kids should get vaccinated? Really? Let me ask you this, right? Let me ask you this. Do you know what SV40 is? Where it came from? And how it ended up in millions of people in the fucking 50s? Right? There you go. Number 30. What is an acceptable amount of aluminum to ingest per day, and how much is injected via the Hep B vaccine on day one of life? Let's see. How much aluminum is in the Hep B vaccine? Let's see. How much
Not day one of life.
aluminum, I know, right, is in the Hep B vaccine? Thank you for auto-populate. So there is zero point 0.5 milligrams of aluminum. Okay.
A half a gram.
Yeah. All formulations contain approximately zero point 0.5 milligrams. It's zero point 0.5
Milligrams.
milligrams.
Okay.
Yes, milligrams of aluminum.
Still
All
fucking up
right,
a lot.
provided as amorphous aluminum hydroxide. But there is no safe amount of fucking aluminum in the body. No safe amount of aluminum in the body. Zip zero. Stingy with De Niro. Okay. Here we go. 31. We're in the power 10. Power 10. Can someone who is vaccinated for pertussis still spread pertussis after being exposed to it? If so, for how long? Let's see. Can someone vaccinated for pertussis still spread it? Uh-huh. Let's see. Um, let's see. It says people who are vaccinated and still get whooping cough usually have milder, shorter illnesses and are less likely to spread disease to others. So that's yes for the whooping cough. Um, let's see. Oh, that is pertussis. So yes. So it just says people who are vaccinated and still get it. So meaning you can still get it. Usually have a milder, shorter, and less likely to spread it. Not saying you can't spread it, but less likely to spread it to others like babies and pregnant women. What the fuck does that mean? So yes, the answer is yes. So pertussis is the whooping cough, and if you get vaccinated for it, you can still spread it. You can get it and spread it. All right. Well, all right. Okay. Um. Let's see. All right. So we're on 30. That was 31. This is 32. What is the death rate from measles in the U.S. from 2005 to 2015? All right. And then for the same time for the MMR vaccine. Ooh, great question. All right, let's see what we can find. So somebody look up the death rate from the MMR from 2005 to 2015. What is death rate for measles? We say 2005 to 2015. Let me see. They might give me a chart. All right. Okay. So from 20. All right. So from 2000 2017, there's been an 80% decrease in measles deaths. So from '05, what number is this? Number of deaths from measles. Let's see. This chart tells me shit. Oh, here we go. Hold on. Each year, measles causes 3 to 4 million cases. So 400 to 500 deaths, but that doesn't tell me. The last measles death in the United States occurred in 2015. Okay, but give me the rate. They're giving me cases. Cases range from 37 people in '04 to 600 people in 2014. Okay. Of the deaths, 1 to 2 cases per 1,000. Okay, number of cases. They're giving me cases. Give me the death rate though, kid. Cases, outbreaks. I really rather a graph. Y'all don't have a graph I could look at because y'all are giving me shit right now. All right, hold on. Let me look for a different one. Oh, here we go. That's global measles mortality. This is global. Um, this is global. Hold on. They have the United States on here. They have years. So they got 2008. That's not what I'm looking for. All right. That's England and Wales. No, I need the U.S. Okay, give me the U.S. And United States. Okay. All right. So, hey, somebody, are y'all looking up the MMR mortality rate from 2000 to 2015? Oh, I got some graphs. All right, great. Hospitalizations. Yo, can I get deaths? These are that's trash. Characteristics, patients, they are killing me. Reported deaths means in the USA. Okay, here we go. Oh, this should be cool. Death rate. Oh, here it goes. So this is the rate of death is less than rate of death rate 0.01. At its the death rate is less than 0.0. Oh shit, it's less than 0.001. Okay, all right, there you go. Less than 0.001. Like it just stays really fucking low from 2000 to 2015. It stays really fucking low. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it's pretty flat. Yeah. All right, cool. Yep, I found a chart. This is great. So less than 0.001. All right. Now, somebody found the death rate for the MMR vaccine during the same period, or do I need to go find it? No, I need to go find it. All right. Let me see. I wonder if they'll have this. They should have this. Right, for MMR 2005 to 2015. No. MMR vaccine kit. Oh no. All right. Let's see what we got. Why are they trying to give me? I don't need the death rate before the measles vaccine. I want the adverse. All right, here we go. Adverse effects from the MMR. What is the adverse effects from the MMR vaccine? Hold on. So it goes the VAERS. So are you gonna give me the MMR? No, it's buried. All right. You know what? I have to look up adverse effects. Let's see more vaccine. There we go. Okay. CDC should have it. Do you have a chart for me, CDC? CDC should have it. Potential adverse effects. No, I want the NIH. Maybe they have it. What y'all think? Think the NIH got it? So this is 82 to 96. No. All right, guys. So Trying to answer. I think this is question like 32 or some shit. So I'm looking at adverse effects for the NMR, preferably between 2000 and 2015. All right. Few serious adult adverse reactions. No. Here we go. Let's see. Oh, wait. It's 5 per. Hold on. I saw it. It's 5. Let's see. 89 associated with MMR and the overall rate of adverse events was. Okay. It's 5.24 per 100,000. Okay. 5.24 per 100,000. All right. That's your rate right there. 5.24 per 100,000. And that's so that's what we got. 5.24 per 100,000. All right. And 2015. Yeah. And so the death rate was less than 0.1, 0.001 per 100,000. So the vaccine is definitely kicking ass. It's doing more damage than the actual disease. All right. So the vaccine is doing more damage than the disease per the numbers. Per the fucking numbers. All right. So it's 5.24 adverse events versus it was less than 0.001 just by getting it. Okay. All right. That'll make me do some work. Right. What does attenuated mean? Great question. Now let's look up what attenuated means. All right. Mm-hmm.
It means having been reduced in force or value or effect.
Uh-huh.
So say
Good
weakened.
job. Yep, it means weakened. Good job, Paige. All right. So what they tell you about so polio, we just got done talking about polio. So what they say is, oh, we have a weakened polio virus, and we're going to inject you with it. So it's either dead or weakened. Okay. And so what happened with the polio virus was, I think the first iteration, the virus was still alive and they killed people. Matter of fact, it was so fucked up because there was a lady, one of the scientists working on it, tried to tell the lead scientist that the vaccine it was fucked up, and he was so gung ho about it that it worked, that he actually volunteered his own grandkids to be the first ones to get it. And so he had a granddaughter, and a grandson. He injected the granddaughter, and she died. And the grandson was seriously injured, and I think he got polio. So one of the dudes that made the vaccine killed his own grandkids, injecting them with the fucking vaccine. Okay. You goddamn right. So he said, I bet that was an awkward Thanksgiving that year. Yes. Yes. All right. 34. Almost to the end, guys. Damn. It's like we just started. Where can I find information about vaccines? Well, you can always go to the CDC, I guess. You can always read the inserts. If you want to find, real information, that's going to be tough. All right, you want to find real information, is going to be tough. 35. Are there vaccine consent forms? No, there aren't. Does anybody know about anything about a vaccine consent form? I've never heard of a vaccine
It doesn't
consent form.
it doesn't
Hmm?
have to be if it's on the EUA list.
So I'm scheduled and you don't need to consent to it.
Because they don't
Gotcha.
have to put it on there if it's on the emergency use authorization list. And the other
Mm,
interesting thing is too, in order for a treatment to be considered or eligible for the EUA, there cannot be any comparable or what is it? It's comparable treatments, which is why they attacked and killed off hydroxychloroquine and ivermectin, is because there can't be an alternative treatment for the same thing.
mm. So it has to be the only thing around, right?
Yes, and the EUA gives them a bunch of bypasses, so you don't have to do the inserts. You don't have to submit the findings of the trials, which is why they ended the animal trials early. That's why they never put any human trials out afterwards. They didn't have to do any of the adverse effects. They only had to collect it. The emergency youth authorization is seen as temporary. That's why they're able to put that shit on there. That's why they're fine for that.
All right. So there you go. No vaccine release forms. All right. Yeah, there are no consent forms. Number 36. Can the vial stopper cause allergic reactions? What you think about that, Paige?
The vial stopper?
Mm-hmm. You think the vial stopper can cause allergic reactions?
You mean like the little rubbery part
Yeah.
that they stick the needle into?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
You are correct. The release of allergenic proteins from natural rubber vial closures into aqueous pharmaceuticals may induce allergic reactions in individuals with latex allergy receiving medications from such vials. So, yes, the actual syringe part, the apparatus, may in fact induce allergic reactions.
That's why you got latex-free gloves in the doctor's office on the wall, but you have to request that they use them. They don't
Mm
have to ask you.
hmm. All right. So that was 36. Okay, 37. Can there be serious reactions to vaccines? Well, I don't even have to Google this one. Um, the answer is yes. In every way, shape, or form, the answer is yes. Um, yeah, the answer is yes. There are lots of serious reactions to vaccines, including death. That's why the fucking VAERS court. That's why the vaccine court exists. That's why the VAERS system exists to keep track of the serious injuries from vaccines. Okay, that's literally why they exist. What is what's that NVIC? Uh, number 38. What is NVIC? It's that National Vaccine Injury Compensation Program. We talked about that already, right? We talked about that. That was because that was number 5. Okay. Number 39. Is there any compensation for physicians who have a certain percentage of their patients vaccinated? Ooh, great fucking question. Let's see. Is there any compensation for physicians who have a certain percentage of patients vaccinated? Let's see. It says, so this says no, Blue Cross Blue Shield physicians aren't paid a bonus for fully vaccinating at least 100 patients under the age of 2. That's really fucking specific. Okay. Hold on. Let's see. The impact of physician bonuses, enhanced fees, and feedback on childhood immunization coverage rates. What the fuck? This is from the goddamn NIH. The purpose of this study was to examine the effects of immunization coverage of 3 incentives for physicians: a cash bonus for practice, wide increases, enhanced fee for service, and feedback. The fuck? Wait, huh? So the NIH on their website has a study called The Impact of Physician Bonuses, Enhanced Fees, and Feedback on Childhood Immunization Coverage Rates. It says the purpose of this study was to examine the effects on immunization coverage of 3 incentives for physicians: a cash bonus for practice, wide increases, enhanced fee for service, and feedback. Do that sound like they get bonuses for vaccines, y'all? Or am I tripping? And let me know, am I tripping?
They said enhanced what?
Okay, here we go. The purpose of this study was to examine the effects on immunization coverage of 3 incentives for physicians: a cash bonus for practice, wide increases, enhanced fee for service, and feedback.
Hmm.
Huh. So they were
Did you
giving it.
know?
Go ahead.
Did you know? Did you know that there's a cash prize that you can ask for when you go to a pharmacist?
I did not know that.
So there's a cash price that you can ask for at a pharmacist. But the moment, and this is why they ask you for it, the moment you either they bring up your your record, your account, and they see you have insurance already there, or if they ask do you have insurance and you say yes, they legally are immediately on a gag order to tell you what their cash price is. The reason for this being is if you get someone that rolls in and they're going to get a medicine, and let's say that medicine is $2, they can charge you $4, right? So you pay your $2, or you pay your $4. They make the two, the whole bit. The moment that they either are aware or they see that you have insurance, they can't tell you that price. They have to run it through the system. And what happens is the insurance bills it as $10. There's a kickback to the BPM insurance conglomerate of $7. And so the pharmacist makes 3. So the pharmacist makes slightly less and the individual pays their copay 10, so they pay more there. But it all has to do with the gag order that goes on the moment the insurance comes in play in reverse. So they get bonuses by reporting that, and they get bonuses by showing what their numbers are. because it means they're not offering up the cash price that you can actually ask for at a pharmacy. I would suggest much of that works the same.
Hmm. So what you're saying is, don't tell people you have insurance. Go get the goddamn and get the cash price.
Just ask them what the cash price is, right? Like just
Mhm.
as an interesting thing, like ask them what the cash price is for a prescription or for this and that. Obviously, you have to go somewhere where your shit's not in the system. So you gotta have it sent somewhere else. They don't got your insurance stuff in there. That can be a little tricky, but nonetheless, you do that and then run it through your insurance and see what your billed. When you get that summary of your visit and all that shit, see what it actually costs when the insurance company says, "Oh, this is your copay pay for this, and this is how much prescriptions are, but this is how much the actual thing is." You'll see what the markup is on those things. You'll see what the difference is if you pay for cash.
Hmm. I mean, y'all heard it here.
'Cause remember,
Y'all heard.
when you go to a pharmacist, you're going to a private business. Private
That's
business
true.
they can charge whatever the fuck they want. Right? It's not like it's a national average. That's why our dude got hit up fucking hard and went to prison, right? Scorelli
Oh
for
yeah,
marking up
Shkreli.
what,
Yeah, yeah, Martin
right?
Shkreli. Yeah.
He marked that shit up and everyone was all up his ass and his ass was like, I marked it up, but I'm collecting all the money from the insurance companies. So like his aspect was like, you're not paying for this shit, they are. But nonetheless, it just goes to show that it's like, how much do these things actually cost? How much are they being marked up? And where does that change when insurance gets involved?
Mm-hmm. Oh, right. Let's see. Now we're at the last one. All right. Let's see. We're at the last one, guys. This is the last question of 40. So this has been 40 questions you ask people who are promoting vaccines to you, for your kid, or shit in general. All right. Number 40. What's the difference between natural formaldehyde and synthetic? Which one is in the vaccine? Let's see. Uh, hmm. What y'all think? So, so what they say is formaldehyde. So I guess synthetic formaldehyde is not entirely synthetic. Okay. Um, let's see. And vaccines. All right. Um, is synthetic formaldehyde and vaccines. Let's see. Formaldehyde is diluted during the vaccine manufacturing process, but residual quantities of formaldehyde may be found in some concurrent. So it won't tell me. So the authors of formaldehyde and vaccines. Oh, seen ingredients, formaldehyde. Sure. Um, People think formaldehyde is a man-made chemical, but in small quantities, it may be found naturally in the bloodstream. That's only in small quantities. So is that your way of telling me that it's not in small quantities? So, okay, active ingredients. I'm in the ingredients list. Let me see. Added ingredients. Aluminum, adjunct. Okay, cool. Active, no. Running active producer manufacturers, vaccines. Uh-huh. So apparently, um, they're saying that formaldehyde occurs naturally in small amounts. However, what they use is synthetic. Apparently, yeah, they use a synthetic formaldehyde. Mm-hmm. Okay. It's also produced paper towels. Yeah, I know that shit. Okay. Um. All right. So apparently it's the synthetic version. Okay. Inactivation. Small amounts is naturally present in foods in our bodies. Of course it is. Okay. Temperature for has. Okay. All right. So apparently, so that's 40, right? So those are the 40 questions. I put the link in the chat earlier. So those are the 40 questions that you ask somebody who's trying to get you to get a vaccine or promoting vaccines in general. It's a lot, and dude, I got to tell you, um, we in this room are seasoned conspiracy theorists, right? We've been doing this for a long time, right? If I were to poll you people on how long you guys have been in conspiracy, I'm sure we would end up in thousands and thousands, tens of thousands of man hours, right? And I don't know anybody here who could answer all those questions, including myself, as y'all see, right? Including myself, which means that there's a lot that go into vaccines, right? Um, I know some people cringe at getting called an anti-vaxxer. Gotta tell you, I'm a huge anti-vaxxer. Huge. Um, myself, I would say there is no reason at all to get a vaccine. As a matter of fact, I'm going to go the other way. I'm going to say that the vaccine program's entire purpose is to destroy your health. So right now, I'm going to give you um, the culmination of my understanding about the vaccine program. All right, so I've went through the 40 questions and given you kind of the um, just kind of the facts about those questions. So that's what I wanted to do. But I'm going to give you what I think. All right, so let me be very clear about what I think. This is what I think. Because I don't want people being like, "Oh, he's the whole show. He just kind of he just spouted off what he thought. This, that, and other." No, 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 no. Now I'm telling you what I think. I think vaccines are tools that they use to attack health. I think that the entire purpose of vaccines are to prevent your body from fighting off um, poisons and infections, and from stopping it from purging toxins out of the system. I think vaccines disable your immune system. That's why you're not supposed to get sick after you get the vaccine with whatever um, with whatever it is they're kind of getting vaccinating you for, because it turns off your body's ability to fight off that thing. And I think when your body has a reaction to a vaccine, it's your body fighting off the vaccine as they attempt to disable your immune system.
You mean disease?
No, immune system.
No, I mean
The vaccine,
when it
huh?
comes to them, you like say whatever kind of like illness that you come down with, that's them giving you the very thing in order for your body to recognize that to fight it.
No, no, no,
That's
no,
that's
no.
the that's the alleged story that they give.
That's the alleged story.
Yeah.
The real story is they're disabling your immune system so that you can't fight off the thing, right? They're making it to where your body can't recognize the thing.
So in your case,
Right.
your thought process is that's why they push for that shit on a regular basis for
Exactly.
like for or let's put it this way, for people to get boosters because this is supposed to be better than last year's Blase Skip. And even if you
So,
got it last year, they recommend that you get it for this year. Blah blah blah.
right. So let's think of it like this. In the case of the flu, right? The flu isn't caused by a virus or anything. The flu is your body purging
Right.
toxins. So they give you the flu vaccine to stop your body from purging toxins, so that your body accumulates all those fucking toxins, and that you get sick slowly over time.
Got you.
So, goddamn it, they're attempting to disable your immune system to keep you inside the medical industrial complex, to turn you into a perpetual patient. That's what the vaccine program is for. You know what I mean? And the more and more you get, the more and more you're allowing them access to your fucking body to disable your immune system. Like when people say that I don't get sick, this, that, and the other, I'm not so sure that's a good thing. We come in contact with way too many fucking chemicals and poisons to not purge that shit. So if you're not getting sick, then either you have a very, very good purging system where all the toxins are coming out in your poop and pee and sweat and all of that shit, or that shit ain't coming out. And if it ain't coming out, you should worry. You know what I'm saying? If your body isn't showing you that it's getting rid of toxins, then you gotta fucking address that shit.
Or you got something that's blocking the receptors. It goes back to the nicotine thing. Why smokers
Facts.
didn't get COVID.
Facts. Or something in your body isn't recognizing the fucking poisons. 100%. So, I think the vaccine program is an attack on your body. It's an attack on your immune system to stop you from fucking purging the toxins in the system, right? Because there's toxins in the water, in the food, in the air, in your clothes, right? Toxins everywhere. And the entire program from birth is to get your body to not fucking purge and make itself better. So that's what all that shit is. That's what I think. All right. That's what the evidence tells me. So y'all may think something different. Y'all may think something different. Right? So yeah. So hey Bella, you said that's why they put a small amount of the virus. I don't think they put a small amount of shit of no virus in that shit. I think it's all them telling your body not to react. Right? They may try to program it not to react to specific things, but it's them telling a specific gene or a specific cell or something in your body to not fucking react. Right? It may be them trying to program your body. Right? They don't have to put a piece of the quote unquote virus in it if they know which gene is responsible or which system is responsible for the thing, and the vaccine attacks that specific alarm system. Right? If I want your car to run out of gas, then I'll short out the gas light. If I want your car, I don't have to put bad gas like in there, right? I just cut off the gas light. If I want your car to fucking run out of oil, then I just cut off the oil light. I don't have to put bad oil in there. So yeah, you don't have to inject a virus or anything into that shit. You just turn off the thing that tells your body that to fight this. All right. So that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? Uh, hey man. So actually, this was cool, right? So I've been meaning to do this for a minute. So this is one of them things I had in the tuck. I guess it's just been sitting, looking at me in my face for a long ass time. So now I can get it off my plate. It's been done. So I'll put this list in the Discord. So I know. Yeah, let me drop it in the Discord right now while I'm talking to y'all. So I put it in the chat. If you don't want to roll up, scroll up to see it in the chat. And I'll drop it one more time so y'all can have it and save it for posterity. All right. All right, yo. Any questions, man? Got any questions? We good to go? It's been a nice pithy show. A lot of information. All right. No questions about none of the stuff we talked about, even though we talked about a fucking lot. All right. So this is one of them information heavy shows. Cash App in the bio. My man, DJ Teflon. I know you sending pounds, bruv. So I'm gonna have to convert that shit. You don't see it? Just scroll down. So hold on, let me see. If you scroll down to the bottom of all that goddamn writing. Oh no, wait, hold on. Yo, you know what? They changed up. Did they change it? Oh, you know what? If you could click on more. Oh yeah. So click on more. It's right. So at the end of all that writing and shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm in finna cash at me some goddamn euros in this bitch. You know what I'm saying? And you know what? Everybody take a page out of DJ Teflon's book, Cash App in the bio. You know what I mean? They already took the episode down on Friday. So this is literally what we went through on Monday. So I went through the first half and they took it off of fucking YouTube. Right? So it wasn't really vaccine bashing. Or maybe it was vaccine bashing. I don't know. Did this come off as vaccine bashing? Or was it just kind of going through information, man? I don't know.
Hell
I
yeah.
can't tell anymore. What'd you say, bro?
Absolutely.
Oh, this is
Hell
vaccine
yeah, bro.
bashing? Oh, shit. Damn. You know what? Now I know why they took the episode off of fucking YouTube, guys. Don't ever wonder. We got it. Mystery solved. So yeah, I think so. It's a couple of things I don't think we can talk about on YouTube, just because I don't know how to soft pedal that shit. I don't know how to soft pedal vaccines. Like it's not in me. Just because of my inherent feelings about them, I don't know how to soft pedal that shit. Like I gotta say what I think about this shit, just because they're such a huge weapon. Like I just think about they start doing this shit to you on day one. When you have a kid, the first thing they do is try to stick a goddamn needle in them. And then they say, yo, come back next week. We got some more for them. And then come back in 2 weeks. We got some more for them. Then come back in 3 months. We got some more for them. Then we got your 1 years and your 2 years. Like this shit is nonstop. It is probably top 3 single greatest fucking dangers. And then if you say, nah, I'm cool on those. Oh, you're an anti-vaxxer. You're the problem. Right? Shame. You have to think about other people. Like, nigga, you don't get the fuck out of my face. So yeah. This is one of those. And anybody who didn't get the goddamn COVID vaccine, you heard how motherfuckers talk to you. You heard how they talked about us on the fucking news, all the fucking politicians, newscasters, your neighbors, everybody was talking shit. Trying to shame you and all kinds of fuck shit. We got it. You have to think about the public. It's the anti-vaxxers that are spreading COVID. Like, nigga, you don't get the fuck away from me. So, yeah. I think this issue is probably is top 3 most important issues. You know what I mean? That's why I don't think I could talk about it on a sensitive platform like that. Because, like I said, to me, I was chilling. Like, I don't feel like I was doing too much. But apparently, X says different, so fuck it. I'll accept that. All right? Ocean swiped his ass up out of here. But nah, it's cool. So on Friday, we're gonna start with the new series, I think. So as of now, I think we're gonna start with a new series. We just came out of a long ass series. I don't know if we want to do some one-off shit. I don't know. Or maybe, you know what? I think Chop gonna be traveling. I don't know if he's gonna be around because I was thinking about because I know he wanted to do a music industry room. You know what? I'm gonna look at my so y'all whenever we do YouTubes and I screen share, y'all see my screen. I got a whole tab full of stories that I want to do, like those that are cooks, and that's the place where I pull the cooks from. I got like all kinds of shit up in there. So let me see what's in my cooks folder. Let me see if I want to get into the Illuminati cards, or if I want to do something before that, man. Let me see. All right, so I'll let y'all know. I'll let y'all know what we're gonna do on Friday. And then remember, follow the house if this your first time here. Follow us on YouTube if you haven't already. 10-4 Family on YouTube. Miss Jane even here. She can't put the link in the chat. Yeah, 10-4 Family on YouTube. 10F Cookout on Twitter and 10-4 Fam on Rumble. And we're back on Friday, man. Don't be late. I know it's the weekend, but y'all ain't got nothing to do. Y'all conspiracy theorists. Y'all don't go out. No, y'all don't be in the streets like that, man. So y'all will be here.
It's Boo Loving time, bro. I don't know if they're gonna, keep us on.
And you know what? It's definitely cuffing season, but it's getting cold outside. Yo, get with somebody you like and y'all come fucking
They gonna tell us they conspiracy theories, bro? Come on, man. What we doing?
man, you better. Paige just dropped it in the chat. Hold on, let me see. Hold on. You said it's not coming up, bro? Yeah, let me see if I can put it in the chat. Will they let me?
Yeah, you know what? They've stopped us using Cash App, so I think that's probably why.
Y'all
Yeah,
got Venmo?
yeah, I think it's only available to the US,
Wow.
so I can't even receive Cash Apps and I can't send. So I think
Wow.
that's probably why you're not coming up.
There goes my coffee. I was gonna get some English coffee too. It's gonna be fucking great. You know
Get
what?
this app called Buy Me a Coffee.
Buy me a coffee?
Yeah,
All right, cool.
yeah. There's a I use that. It's really cool. So you can buy people coffees.
Hey, all right, cool. All right, you know what? Next time, by Friday, I'm gonna have buy me a coffee. I've heard about that shit
Ain't that
before,
the same?
but
Ain't that the same platform that people use when they like create different websites and shit, and it's just go to buy me a coffee to donate some shit to them.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, we use that on YouTube and like even on here when I do my rooms, I get people buy me coffees with it. It's very simple. They use Stripe, the Stripe platform.
oh, that's sweet. All right,
Yeah,
cool. Y'all don't use what about PayPal?
yeah,
Y'all
I
use
use
PayPal?
PayPal. Yeah.
Oh, you could have just PayPal me.
Okay, cool. Send me a link.
Hey, it's just my here. I'll put my email address. It's my email address. I'm gonna put it in the chat. Hold on.
I mean, what's the fees compared to buy me a coffee versus PayPal?
Hmm. Yeah. Send it,
I
send it, send it to
don't
that email.
even know. I don't know the rates.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Might be the
So
same.
anybody else in the UK, y'all can just send it to me on goddamn on Cash App. I mean not Cash App, on PayPal. Everybody in the US, y'all can go to Cash App. You know what I'm saying? Take a hint from my man DJ Teflon. He's showing y'all the way. All right. All right. Now this was fun though. So I'll see y'all Friday. Don't be late. Y'all know what it is. It's gonna expect some early niggatry, but then we'll get to whatever we gonna do, man. No worries. All right, man. I'm gonna see y'all Friday, man. Peace.
Thanks for coming to the cookout, but you need the right gear. Blackisuniform.com, you can get it right here. We talk flat earth and mud floods. You might hear about the dome. No matter the topic, you just need something with the shield on. Blackisuniform.com, where conspiracy analysts are at home. Blackisuniform.com, where conspiracy analysts are at home.